Greetings, Aries. Thanks for joining me. Today, this is your new moon in Scorpio reading. The new moon being on the 4th, which is today here in New Zealand. And I think on the 5th in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, these new moons reverberate as part of a continuum, don't they? And there's a lot of other planetary things going on at the moment, as there is a lot of things going on in the world. Never ending. What was I saying? So anyway, this is a general reading for Aries. Do check out Venus, your Venus, Moon, Jupiter, and your ascendant as well, if you know that. It can be quite helpful. And an astrology, the astrology podcast with Chris Brennan, very helpful if you're interested in the astrological side of things. So let's get stuck in. We'll look at your overarching energies at this time, Aries. And we look at choice, your choices, traits for ease, and moving forward. And we'll go through and clarify. At the end, I'll pull a journey map card, one from my own deck, and Kim Cran's Animal Spirit card, which is always quite lovely. It's a beautiful deck. So, choices for Aries at this time. Traits for ease. Getting things jumping, and moving forward, the great turn of the day. Moving forward for your Aries. Yeah, pretty interesting times. They don't seem to cease, and I think now till the end of the year, I think, November generally looks to be a potentially challenging month, or interesting, whatever way you want to look at it. So let's see now. Aries, we come out today. Sorry, I'll just move the the incense, which is very nice to have that burning. And remember, these are very general readings for you. So if it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, well, that's fine too. So you come out today with the 2 of discs, the 2 of coins. We see Aurora Boreas, the global, the collective sort of cosmic snake, doing the infinity, the figure 8. It's a card of... you're looking at overarching energies for your Aries. It's a card of, for some of you out there, things, it's like you're juggling. You're not kind of going anywhere or coming from anywhere or anything like that. You're not making decisions. You're kind of keeping things in stasis, in a balance of sorts at the moment, possibly because, things are in motion and you just need to have, it's like we'll keep a balance here and then we can venture forth. I say that because you have the 3 of discs, another disc, we're going up the suit. In your area of choices at this time, this is a wonderful card. We see in the Thoth deck this incredible aerial view of a very strongest shape, really, the pyramid in motion. It's wheeled, it's doing its thing. It's about collaboration, really. So you may well be or have projects, things in motion, even at home, work, whatever it is, but it is about pulling in resources in the material sense, pulling in resources, pulling in people as a resource as well. This is about collaboration. So, there may well be in this 2 of discs, there's you're processing, there's something being worked out here in this time of, or what it feels to be for you, a time of just kind of keeping things together while everything's in movement around you. Traits for ease at this time. I think you've got it nailed, really. We have the Magician, the beautiful Magus, coming out here for you. So you really, you kind of, whatever this is, and we will go through and clarify, but whatever this is for you, just have this faith that, you've been here before, is what I get. You've been here before. You understand what it is to be first off the block without too much rumination. So it's not such a bad thing to have a little bit of time where you're just in a kind of, you've not put your foot on the accelerator yet, but you do know where you're going. I get a sense from a lot of these readings this week that for various signs that there's a kind of a stalling point, or a point where there's not much actually happening, but it is just about to, is what I get here. The Magician's a fabulous card, because this is like, what are we looking at here? We're looking at Mercury, Thoth, we're looking at the messenger of the gods. Great ability to translate, to communicate. This is moving very fluidly for you at the moment, and it's only going to benefit whatever these projects are, whatever these things, that whether you've focused on them, you know what they are anyway, or you haven't quite decided yet. This would indicate that there's a great fluidity in terms of getting something off the ground for you, Aries. So that's really amazing. Moving forward, we have, first and foremost, we've got two cards. Excuse me. We've got the Knight. The Knight of Discs. The Knight of Coins. Who is all about, really, slow, slowish. Not as slow as the Prince. But this fellow is, or felless, is all about, non-gender here, is all about management. To me, it looks like there's something's coming through. In fact, I think you know what it is, and it is very much something in the material sense of the word. But you have this great ability. I'm not saying it's unusually Aryan, but this great ability with the Magician, that this has come about because of your strength of will, really. Anyway, we will go through and clarify. And with this lovely Knight of Discs, we have the big kahuna. We've got the Ace. This is a doorway. It's about material abundance in its most literal sense. If you can see with this card, sometimes you can see it. It's almost three-dimensional, this Ace. It's all-encompassing. And it is a doorway, and it is a gift that needs to be recognised in order for you to take advantage of it. And I think you are, basically. Don't you? This is what it's all saying. So we'll just go through and clarify a little bit here, where we look at the Two of Discs, overarching energies. When we say overarching, it is the sense of what is going on around you, how you perceive your environment, what is going on around you, those intangible things that you may well feel, but you can't put them in your hand. You just, it's that flow. So we'll look at the Two of Discs. For Aries, what do we got? And it is a flow, and you do know where this is going for you. We have a glorious Knight. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Yeah, the Knight. The Knight of Swords sweeps in and all is leather. It's a clean sweep. To me, it looks like there's a clean sweep here. It actually could even appear to be for someone out there that you've won something. It's like a lottery, some sort of it's either something that's come through, and something comes. What I get is something's come through because of a lack of sentimentality, in fact. Now, don't take that as being negative. It's just what I hear. A lack of sentimentality has been of great advantage to you at this time. It's either something coming in just randomly, and I mean in terms of coin, in terms of money, or it's something that you've been working away on. There are other people involved in this too. Let's have a look at the Three of Discs, Aries, for you. You get some clarity with Aries choices here, and there is a choice to pull all resources here. People resources, actually. Yeah, because I think you can't always be the one doing everything. Do you know what I mean? So we have wonderful thing here. We've got the Seven of Discs. This is something you want to do differently this time. You've been there before. I say you've been there before. This is something you want to do differently this time. Something's come in. You've actually opened yourself up maybe to other advice, opinions, other people, in whatever situation this is. It could be for someone, some specific Aries out there. Remember, these are very general readings. They're not always going to resonate. As I say, you've been here before, wherever here is before. This is very tangible, monetary, focused project. In the Seven of Discs, we see what it's yielded for us in the past. This time round, you've seen the benefit of bringing in other people to it. I do see this, and whether that's been of mentorship from somewhere or advice, business advice, strongly getting that. We have the Eight of Wands at the same time. Messages, fast incoming, downloads, all of that. And I think your choices, you want to speed things up here, because you can make sure, like in my mind with the Two of Discs, the Knight of Swords, you are in the process at the moment of tying up loose ends, Aries. You're getting everything clear for this incoming. Now, incoming coin, incoming project, it's almost as if the profits, something here, the profits are coming in like a big wave, and you want to make sure that you've got everything dotted, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, is what it feels like to me. Can we get an indication of the Magician for Aries here? The Magician and the trait, and just believe it, traits for ease. We have the Magician. It's ability to translate something. It's like being in advertising or something, translating it for the audience. Just get one more card, please. I think you really mastered your... you've mastered something here. We get your card. I always think of Aries with the Queen. with the Queen of Wands. We get the beautiful Queen of Wands. What does the Magician hold in most decks? He has his other tools on the table, but what does he usually have in one hand is a wand. The Queen has a wand. We're looking at magicianship here in terms of your great fiery force of will. Taking risks, going out there, getting what you want and managing things in a way that's going to benefit further down the track, probably benefit more people as well, which is wonderful to be of great service in that sense. So this is pretty amazing. What makes it more amazing to me is with the Queen of Wands coming out to clarify the Magician, we also have the beautiful High Priestess. This great with the new moon. We see at her feet. You know, you've pulled in more resources than just in the physical sense of people resources and monetary resources. You've pulled in more. To me, for some of you out there, what you have been doing on a personal level, I mean in terms of work on a personal level, is that you've delved maybe a little bit more deeply into, you know, where you have been in the past. There's a strong feeling of that because you haven't wanted to repeat the same pattern of sorts which you've had before, which you have played out many times before. So it's pretty amazing, Aries. This could be for some specific Arian out there. It's pretty highly charged. You're doing everything in the right way. Excuse me. We get the sun coming out. Excuse me. This is amazing. This is amazing. We've got the sunflower of the Queen of Wands. We've got the sun coming out. I'm just going to focus on the Knight of Discs with the beautiful Ace. The Ace comes down through Kita, through the crown. We give it form. You are giving it form. You're giving it big time form. Oh, just got too many coming out. We have some clarity on the Knight Discs, please. And gorgeous Ace. Oh, wow, what do we get? Yeah, look, I think you've sort of, as I said before, something has been approached with a lack of sentimentality. And that's been a really good thing. When we clarify this Knight, the manager, you know, he manages, it's all about managing those crops, managing a slow growth. Time is always, Saturnian time is always an issue with, growing things, planting the seed. Everything takes time here. For some reason, I do see this approach to it. It could be it could be anything, but I mean, it could be a project that's very dear to your heart. But instead of sort of being the wanting to take it on board all of yourself, you've sought assistance from others, which I think is a great thing. And you've also done some personal work to make sure that that it comes through in the way that you want it to now, not in a way that you would have done in the past, is very strong. whatever this is. But anyway, so we have this Knight. This is moving forward in the moving forward sort of scenario. We've got the Ace, this gorgeous gift. We then have the Ace of Cups. Something within this, whatever it is for you, Aries, is bringing you sort of like this tsunami of emotional satisfaction, glorious, euphoric, with the sun. It's amazing. It's like coming back home. That's what it feels like. It's like coming back home, but in a new way. In a new way for Aries. It's, oh wow. And it has been, speaking of time, this fixation was talking about time. We have Temperance coming out. There has been a time, and there is a timing in this. But it's as if the timing, but it's as if you've known this, without if this makes sense, without consciously knowing what you had to or how you had to approach this project, whatever this is for you, consciously. It's almost as if you understood, actually on more of an unconscious level, how you needed to embark upon it, and that is what you have done, and that is unfolding as we speak now. This is a card of great alchemy and timing, and you could say everything is about timing. So in terms of having a period here, there's this general energies around you currently where it's like juggling in a time of chaos. It's only beneficial moving through the next couple of weeks. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful card, Temperance. It is a beautiful card. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the earth. It's just a beautiful card is what I'm getting. That's what I always get from Temperance. So, interesting. Projects are afoot. You don't want to repeat the same things that you've done sort of in the past. You've delved deep within yourself, actually into more sort of metaphysical things, in order to bring this all about in the way that you want it to be brought about and brought forward. It's as if you've brought it forward, actually, is what I don't quite understand. It's as if you knew it before. This is the whole time, been not linear or whatever. It's as if you brought it forward quite unconsciously, is what I'm getting. Let's get a fairy card or two just to have a wee look, just if the fairies from Brian Froud can give us another angle on this. We get the, I'll get a few more cards. We get the 6, the Singer of Connection. This is impacting, the follow-on, the trickle-on from what you have been doing is not only strengthening, if it is a particular relationship that you're in, whether this is business or personal, it's really cemented a relationship here. But also, is what more that I get, is that it is about other people. It's about there's a lot of love involved in these cards, and yet there's a lot of love. But I think because you've approached this, as I say, whatever it is for you out there, you've approached this project, whatever it is, with a sense of impersonality. That's what I mean by not being sentimental. You've been impersonal about it, but what it's giving you and what it's giving the people around you is so much more belonging and connection, Aries. It's really, really beautiful. It's really amazing. We get the 7, the next card up, the Singer of Intuition. Yeah, this is true. Because you've managed to harness, you've managed to allow yourself to go with this. This is like big, immediate, intuitive hits that can be scary, but Aries, I don't think you're really scared of anything. It's a beautiful card. I love that. Beautiful. It's really quite a delightful read. Yet non-specific. I mean, these are general readings, but it does feel non-specific. Like there's a thread and a theme running through this. But there's a level of distance as well. But there's a lot of love. It's quite interesting, Aries. It's really quite interesting. Let's get a journey map. Which is too many. Just give them a jolly good shuffle. Jolly good shuffle. Let's see. Just a journey map card from my own deck here, just to give us a glimpse. Yeah. This is what you have been doing. We get the questioning, funny wee face, the questioning here with the cherries on top. This is a card about asking different questions, actually. We you know, as we mature, we understand what's the term, what's in our oeuvre of potentials. Sometimes we have a limit on that. Often we ask certain questions in a repetitive way in certain situations that we know what the outcomes will be. This card is about, it's like walking into a room, sort of like, oh, I'm confused about something. You walk into a room, it's just like a banquet or a bain-marie with all these amazing things, dishes, you know, that are recipes that you've never heard of before. It's an education, it's an insight into understanding that ask different questions, start asking different questions, start having more potential, allowing yourself more possibilities. And suddenly your recipe book turns into like a series of volumes. It's so huge. The possibilities, the potentials. We see this in this banquet before us that possibly in the past we hadn't allowed ourselves, Aries. So it's pretty darn good. Let's get a Kim Kranz animal spirit card. They're beautiful cards. And because I've left my book elsewhere in New Zealand, I just go on what I feel here. You've gone through this whole process and are going through it like this beautiful horse. And when I look at this horse, I see a beautiful sort of maybe half-breed Clydesdale, you know, maybe full-bred Clydesdale. Strong, sturdy, reliable, really gentle, but unrelenting. Here we see the new moon again. This could be your time, Aries. If not now, over the next month. This could be the time when you really, really shine. New moon, new moon. The goddess on the horse, Epona, rides forward. You've got it sussed. Honestly, you've got it sussed, Aries. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. If I'm repeating myself, do check out your, ascendant moon, etc., etc. And also the new moon in Scorpio collective reading. You might find it of some insight or help. So I hope this finds you well, beautiful Aries out there. And have a wonderful week as we move, closer to this end of 2021. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Okay, take care. Ka kite. Bye for now.